how do you get through it? I woke up this morning and I knew it. I'm not going to be okay today for today's podcast. I'm feeling super sad. So I turn on my Tara Brach podcast, which I love her. And I swear every time I'm going through something, her newest podcast, guess what it was? Handling Depression, Part 1. I was like, oh, it's perfect. And so I only get like 15 minutes to listen to that because of like the morning rush. But I'm going to listen to that because I know it makes me feel connected. So it's about like making sure, like, even though this is happening, like using your intentionality to not get too far from yourself, to not disconnect too much. Because just for me, Tara Brach does it. I love her and I can hear her voice and I can be like, I know I will be okay. This will pass. But so many people don't have the opportunity to have resilience in that way. And so it's like they just then spiral into more downward place. And so I feel lucky that I get to have these like moments where it's really hard and days or hours, but I also know like it'll pass and I'll be okay because I have that. I've had it for a long time. Like when I was little, right? I'm a therapist for a reason. Like things did not feel good, but I knew I would be okay. And that one day I would help others know that they would be okay.
Yeah.
But there's people that don't have that resilience factor and we see them. And the thing is you can grow it. You just have to find out what really feels soothing for you during uncomfortable moments. And sometimes you will cut off from yourself, but you'll come back to it, and.
Well, and what I see also as your partner is like, and I think it's important for people to hear this in what you're saying is like, yes, you have this like underlying, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You come back to it. But I see you struggle between that and no, this is not okay. I'm not happy. This isn't where I should be.
It's that, yeah.
And as a partner of that, that's like, it's like I'm like trying to figure out like how do I get in there and support that, because when you're in those moments and I see that look in your eyes that I know of just like I'm not happy,
yeah.
This is not what I want out of life. Like I feel powerless. I feel disconnected. Sometimes I feel like blamed, like but I know a lot of that's my stuff that I feel like it's my fault that she's not happy.
That just feels good, right? Like, how dare you give me these 4 kids? My gosh.
Yeah. And so it's like, I'm trying to always like figure out like this morning I could see that. And I take cues from other things. This is an important thing for listeners out there. Like I remember the times where you're not in that place, or the times when you've been in that place and you've told me this is what I need you to be. And so I access that and try to go like, cause like you've told me many times, I just need you to be playful and funny in these moments and not. Yeah. And so I was like trying to be a goofball. I was like me and Joe were like dancing around you this morning. And it was like, wow, shit, this is not working either, man. She's like, she looks like she wants me to get the hell out of here.
It's like every time is different.
Yeah.
But it's human nature to get stuck in like, is this really my life or my overwhelm? And then, right, there's also like the amount of suffering that our world endures, that we endure, like, the busy lives we have. And I was just thinking about this today because when we go away for the summer, like, and we're more in nature, like I come back to myself. Like I think of, we have a blended family. We have 2 businesses. We have 4 kids. We have 4 animals. We have 15 staff. We have so much going on. And I was like, oh my God, it's my nephew's birthday today. And I've got to set a reminder on my phone at 3:15 to call him and sing happy birthday. Like there's like I don't know if it's just our life, but I think a lot of people relate. We do not have space for anything anymore. We are so overstimulated by emails and social media and work and this, that it's like, I feel like it's truly creating so much anxiety and sadness in the world. And then
or like complete like disconnection of just like getting, like I do, just getting caught up into it all and just like plunge forward, go forward.
I'm like, I'm scared. Like, yeah, I have to set a reminder on my phone to call my nephew on his birthday. Like, that's crazy to me. but I'll do it because I'll forget because I got all these other stimulus happening in the environment. And I'll be like, it'll be 10 o'clock tonight. And I'll be like, holy shit. I forgot to freaking call Oliver on his 10th birthday. Oh my God. Like I know this. So I set alarms.
Yeah. What's the alarm that we set for ourselves about ourselves this weekend? Like it is our anniversary. Tomorrow morning, I have to run my 10-mile training. So I got to wake up super early to do that. Then we have like a few hours before we go off to basketball games all day long. Like what's our alarm? Like what are we doing to somehow feel good about the fact that we've made it 11 years?
You're going to cook me a
there's
steak.
Been some joy. I'm going to
Saturday night or Sunday, but here's again, I'm kind of transitioning this to resignation versus acceptance, because the couples we get into our center, or even some people listening that send us the emails, they are in this place of resignation. This isn't sustainable anymore. Something needs to change. I've allowed, like, even though I'm still uncomfortable, I've accepted that this is our life. It's a beautiful life. Like I wouldn't miss it if something god awful happened. Like I would be so damn sad that I'm not going from 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Like, but it's those moments where you have to be like, okay, I have a choice right here. I could either go this way or I could go this way. One way is like, I don't want to do this anymore. I am done. I'm sick of this shit. Or I'm going to accept that this is how it is right now. It's not going to be like this forever. I know how hard we've worked in our relationship to have an awesome family, to have an awesome practice, to have an awesome podcast. And you just remind yourself, it's called positive resourcing during times of, suffering, that you try to remember the good and the positive too.
It's interesting though, like, as you were saying that, like, I realized like how much of that responsibility though lays on you, because I can't be the one who provides that resource for you, because that's not like.
No, but you trying in those times, even though it totally failed attempt today, like do not dance around me at 6 a.m. when I am in a place of fucking Sabbath, hopelessness, overwhelm. No, but I love that you tried, and that just reminds me, like, he's still trying. You didn't get mad at me. You weren't like, oh my God, how you used to be. You literally tried. So even though it was a failed attempt, because of how I was, you tried. That keeps me in a place of acceptance. That's so powerful, like that you're working too.